dear devotees. Very beautiful day, auspicious days of Kartik. Tomorrow is Govardhan Puja. Especially some days is it's celebrated as the Diwali. Yesterday we celebrated here, and also there is an overlapping of Tithi. Because of that, tomorrow is we are celebrating the Govardhan Puja. So also it's Amavasya. Yesterday was Amavasya, and then immediately after the Amavasya, then this Govardhan pastime, Govardhan Puja pastime manifested. So this is because of the Tithi and overlapping. Some places it is celebrated, today. Some places it's celebrated tomorrow. So anyway, we can take that opportunity to understand and meditate on the Govardhan, Giriraj Govardhan, who is none other than the Krishna, as well as he is a great devotee of the Lord. So today we are going to cover the Govardhana Puja, the pastime of Lord Krishna. Then we will also see the Vrajamandal Parikrama. So we were halfway through the Radhakund Parikrama. So today we will see that because of the Radhakund and Shyamakund is also the eyes of the Govardhan, considered as the eyes of the, it's like in a peacock. This Radhakund Shyamakund is the eyes of that peacock, and this is part of the Govardhan as well. So we'll see all those things today, and it's our great fortune that we have this opportunity to go and comes together on this beautiful day of the Govardhan and the Diwali and the days of the Kartik. So thank you all again for joining today. So let's begin. Let me share the screen accordingly. Okay, so okay, so are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So please repeat after me. This is one of the best words. Sukadeva Goswami is glorifying the Govardhan. So before that, please fold your hands and repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim
Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tadho Jayamudhiraye.
Tato Jayamudhiraye.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 21st verse, and 21st chapter, 18th verse. Kandaya Madhur Abala Haridasa Variyo.
Prabhuji, little lower it. Can you lower it? I like Sanskrit to read.
Oh, you can Sanskrit. Okay. It's good now? Okay. Kandaya Madhur Abala Haridasya Variyo.
Antaya Bala Haridasa Varyo.
Yadrama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha.
Yadrama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha.
Manam Tanodi Saha Goganayostayoryat.
Manam Tanoki Saho Tatastat.
Paniya Suyavasa Kandara Kandamulai.
Paniya
Kandara Kamalai.
The synonyms: Kanda, oh, I am this. Adrihi, hill. Hill. Abala, O friends, Haridasa Variya, the best among the servants of the Lord. Haridasa Variya, please note that word. Giriraj Govardhan is known as Haridasa Variya. Variya means Sreshta, Sreshta Variya. The the Sreshta, the topmost of all the devotees is the Haridasa Variya. Haridasa, the devotees of the Lord. Variya means Variya Sreshta, the topmost. So the best among the servants of the Lord. Yet because Rama Krishna Charana of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and Balarama, Sparsha, by the touch, Pramodaha, jubilant, Manam, respect, Tanodi offers Saha with Go Ganayoha, the cows, calves, and covered boys. Tayo, to them, Sri Krishna and Balaram. Yet because Paniya, with the drinking water. Suyavasa, very soft grass, Kandara, caves, Kandamulei, and edible roots. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Please repeat after me. Of all the devotees,
Of all the
All the
devotees,
devotees,
this Govardhana hill is the best.
this Govardhan hill is the best.
Oh my friends,
Oh my friends,
this hill supplies
this hill supplies
Krishna and Balarama,
Krishna and Balrama
along with their calves, cows, and cowherd friends,
along with their cow and cowherd friends,
with all kinds of necessities.
with all kinds of necessities.
Water for drinking,
Water for drinking,
very soft grass,
very soft grass,
caves,
caves,
fruits,
fruits,
flowers,
flowers,
and vegetables.
and vegetables.
In this way,
In this way,
the hill offers
the hill offers
respect to the Lord.
respect to the Lord.
Being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balarama,
Being touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and Balrama,
Govardhana hill appears very jubilant.
Govardhan hill appears very jubilant.
So beautiful, so wonderful. This translation is quoted from Srila Prabhupada's Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 18.34. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura explains the opulence of Govardhana hill as follows. Paniya refers to the fragrant, cool water from the Govardhana waterfalls, which Krishna and Balarama drink and use to wash their feet and mouths. Govardhana also offers other beverages such as honey, mango juice, and pilu juice. Suyavasa indicates dhruva grass, used to make the religious offering of Arghya. Govardhana also has grass that is fragrant, soft, and conducive to the strong growth of cows and increased production of milk. Thus, this grass is used for feeding the transcendental herds. Kandara refers to the caves where Krishna, Balaram, and their friends play, sit, and lie down. These caves give pleasure when the weather is too hot or too cold, or when it is raining. Govardhana also features soft roots for eating, jewels for ornamenting the body, flat places for sitting, and lamps and the mirrors in the form of smooth stones, glistening water, and other natural substances. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stabidam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupa Kadabhyam Dadati Sapadantigam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Udapadakamala Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunadhanidam Tam Sajivam Sadhuidam Savadudam Parijana Saidam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalidam Shri Vishakhanidamsha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपदे गोपेश गोपिका कांदा राधा कांदा नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानो सुदे देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरूपस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदे लोकनाथ स्वामिनामिने नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वत देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे हे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि ओम तत्सत ओम नमस्ते गिरिराजाय गोवर्धन नामिने अशेष क्लेशनाशाय परमानंद धायिने हरे कृष्णा. So this is a very beautiful section in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami is explaining the wonderful pastimes of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So we know that so yesterday was Diwali, and we heard very nicely about how the Supreme Lord is bound by the Mother Yashoda's love, and then Krishna also delivered the two Arjun trees, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, in order to fulfill the words of his devotees. Krishna has nothing to do in this world without his devotees, except his devotees. Krishna is very dear to his devotees, especially those who are in the rasas, in the dasi rasa, in the sakhi rasa, in the valsali rasa, in the madhuri rasa. Those who are in this transcendental loving relationship with Krishna, Krishna would never forget them. Krishna would reciprocate with them. So, dear devotees, it's our great fortune that we are the part of, we are the instruments of, or joined this very wonderful Gaudiya. Gaudiyas are known as the followers of Srimati Radharani. Especially this month is mainly the predominant deity of this month is Srimati Radharani. So that's why this month is known as Kartika. Another name of Srimati Radharani is Kirtika and Kartika. And because of it's very dear to Radharani, and it's very dear to Krishna. So anything that we do in this month is very, very dear to Krishna. That means only those who are very fortunate. See, as of course, that we all know that nothing happens without the will of the Lord. When especially when it comes to the, the subject of the devotional service, it's just by the mercy, only by the mercy that we can feed Krishna, we can offer anything to Krishna, we can cook for Krishna, we can pray for Krishna, we can take up his holy name. So think about that. If you are chanting, if you are hearing these glories, it's nothing but his mercy. So also the Diwali, the Damodar pastimes also represents that the two aspects of it, mercy. So we should have this endeavor and mercy. When we have endeavor, only with the endeavor that we attain the mercy. Otherwise, we are not fortunate enough. So this is all related and these wonderful pastimes. Then after that, the Govardhana Puja pastimes taken place when Krishna was just 7 years old. Then the Damodara pastimes manifested when Krishna was just 5 years old. That's the Damodara pastimes manifested. So in this way, and then there is a beautiful pastimes of the killing Aghasura is happened in between. That's why this, they were all, Aghasura was killed by Krishna. And then after that, immediately after the Aghasura, then Lord Brahma stolen all the covered boys and cows, everything, and put it in a cave. And this was just past 1 year. So this also happened before that. So this way, there are beautiful, beautiful pastimes of Krishna manifested in Vrindavan. And there are, in between that we can see that every day, some demon or other coming to the Vrindavan. And Krishna was very, enjoying it and then killing all those demons. So here, the these beautiful pastimes of Govardhan is also manifested. And tomorrow is the actual day that we are celebrating a little bit. And also on Sunday, we are celebrating at the temple. So, of course, remember that. So, we are also entering any festival of the Krishna, any festival of the Supreme Lord. Always remember that we are entering into the pastimes of the Lord. It's not that, okay, oh, somebody should tell me that what should I do? Somebody should, order me, or somebody should tell me, or, what can I do? So this is a very wonderful pastimes that everybody can be part of it. That's what is entire Govardhana, entire the inhabitants of Vrindavana, entire living entities in the Vrindavana become part of this Govardhana Puja. Everybody. So this is the significance of it. Everybody can be part of this Govardhana Puja. That means we are enacting that wonderful pastimes, the devotees in our life as well. So what great fortune than this, entering into the pastimes of the Lord. Festival is means you're entering into the pastimes of the Lord. So always remember this. So we should take it in that seriousness. Do not, think that, okay, oh, I don't have time, I don't have. But this is our great fortune. It's coming to us. So it's the will of the Lord. So let's get into the topic. So thank you again. So we are going to speak today about the Govardhan Puja. So when we know that the after that all these wonderful pastimes, Krishna saw that the the Nanda Baba and all the cowherd men were all preparing for a puja. So then Krishna understood that what is going to happen, but Krishna wanted, just like acting like a small baby, small child. So Krishna came and asked the Nanda Baba, so please explain to me what is this great endeavor of yours all about? What are you trying to do here? So naturally, like a child come and asking like innocently, and this way Krishna then came to Nanda Baba and all the cowherdmen. Everywhere there's a preparation for the Indra Puja. So then Nanda Baba said that you know what we are trying to do, because of Indra is the Lord of rain. Indra is the Lord of rain, and because of Indra we get the rain, so that the grass grows in the groves of Vrindavan, and the water in the Yamuna goes, and the cows goes and drink the water, and graze the field, and they eat in the grass and the soft grass, and because of that we get the cow gives us the milk and the butter and the yogurt, so we sustain because of the Indra showers this his rain. So basically this is an Indra Puja. So this way, Nanda Baba was, telling to Krishna that, that we are going to worship Indra. So this was their understanding. Because of time, they were worshiping Indra for many, many years, every year, continuously like this. So Krishna also wanted to make them understand what exactly how the worship is, whom we should actually worship. And here Krishna understood that Indra is becoming so puffed up with all this. Even in this world, that if somebody is there to worship, us, then we naturally become puffed up and we feel that we are something greater than anybody else. So Indra was also puffed up like this. And in many cases, and there are many, many incidents that Krishna was, realized that there should be a day that Indra also should be taught a lesson because of his garv, his ahangar, his pride, or his puffed upness. So Krishna was also looking for an opportunity like this. And also at the same time, the Govardhan is also here in this, manifested in this world. And Krishna also wanted to establish the position of Govardhan, in this world. So, if you look at the Govardhan, the devotees, is so wonderful. As is mentioned that he is the Haridasa Varya. Besides, they said Handaya Madhur Abala Haridasa Varyo. He is the Sreshta among all the best among the devotees of the Supreme Lord. And how that Govardhan is becoming the best among the devotees? Because of that it is manifested in this world from the Golok Vrindavan. And how is that pastime manifested? When Krishna mentioned to Srimati Radharani, we have to go to the Bhuloka for enacting the pastimes for 100 years. Then Srimati Radharani mentioned to Krishna, "Oh Lord, how can I go without my, the playgrounds or this Rasastali, the Yamuna, the Govardhan, and the beautiful damsels of Braj, the beautiful damsels of Vrindavan?" So Krishna agreed. That Krishna said, promise that no problem, no worries, that everything will be manifested there as well in Bhuloka Vrindavan. This way, Srimati Radharani agreed to Krishna that yes, I would also accompany you. So then, how did Govardhan manifested in Goloka Vrindavan? It's also a wonderful pastime, wonderful act of Krishna. And this is, Govardhan is nothing but the complete loving affection of Srimati Radharani, complete loving affection, or this manifested, Govardhan manifested out of the love of Srimati Radharani. And Krishna has such a love for Srimati Radharani. It's all manifested. That's why it's all come out from the Madhurya Prema, Madhurya. So here we can see that once that there is in Rasastali in Goloka Vrindavan. So of course we know that every day this beautiful rasa dance manifesting in Goloka Vrindavan, and it's very ecstatic, and millions of gopis participate, and they comes together, and they were together as in a duel that Krishna manifest and replicate each one of them and with them. And then after this rasa dance, then Srimati Radharani was mentioning to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, "Oh Lord, oh Madhava, I have a desire. I have a desire. Can you fulfill it?" So then Krishna said, "Please tell me, Radhe, what is your desire? Whatever is not done up till this point, I will definitely fulfill that." So this is again, see that we can see that the Srimati Radharani is also expressing her love for Krishna and understanding that the Krishna would also fulfill that, because of Krishna is always fulfill the anything, any desires of his devotees. That's another aspect of it, another fact of it. So then Krishna was mentioning, "So tell me what you want." So then Srimati Radharani mentioned, "I would desire that we should have a very secluded place for our nectar of our the pastimes. We should have a secluded place where we can, a ground, a playground that we can go around and we can secluded, completely secluded, and then we can enact our in the pastimes. So Krishna then, so be it, of course. Then Krishna started to meditate. He just sat down and meditated. So he was meditating within himself. All on a sudden, from his heart of Krishna, there is a little, fire, kind of little small fire type of, and then little water, and it also came out. And then there's a seed which also then sprouted from the ground in Vrindavan, in Goloka Vrindavan, and it started to grow simply like that. Started to grow simply like that, and it's growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Can you believe that it has grown like it was almost occupying the entire, the Vrindavan, the space of Vrindavan, like 800,000 miles of wide, 800,000 miles of wide, and it's mentioned that 4 billion miles of tall, and then long, like that much. It's pretty much occupied, and everybody became afraid of it, and it's growing and growing. Then Krishna just tapped on Govardhan. Don't grow anymore. Just be like that. Krishna just tapped, and then it's stopping that. Stop the growth of the Govardhan like that. And then Govardhan was there, and it was completely beautiful, beautiful. There are streams of various places, and the peaks. It says that there were almost like 80 million peaks were there of the Govardhan, and the roads, and that's what is here. It is mentioned that this Haridasa Variya, the great devotee of the Lord who manifested to serve the divine couple Shri Radha and Krishna. That's why it says that in the hill there is, the Balaram, there is, Kanda Mula, there is water for drinking, very soft grass, caves, fruits, flowers, and vegetables. In this way, in Goloka Vrindavan also everything manifested there just as to increase the pleasure of the Radha and Krishna. That's why this name is also came as Govardhana. Go means also senses. In one sense, is a way that we can understand that the go means the senses. Vardhana means ever increasing. So because of that, it ever increases the pleasure. Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam, as it's mentioned there, right? Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam Pradipadam Purnamrda Swadanam. So Krishna's name, pastimes, everything is actually this increases the pleasure in the Ananda, the bliss. So this way, this also increases the bliss of his devotees and Krishna. That is also known as Go Vardhana. Vardhana means ever increasing. Go means pleasure. As well as it's also known as the go. Go means the cows. So it also supplies all necessities for the cows. So that also it's Vardhana. It's increasing. It gives supplies everything for the cows as well as that's why it's also known as the Go Vardhana. So this way that Govardhana manifested and Sri Radha and Krishna were enacting in entering into the beautiful pastimes on the Govardhan, and the cows were grazing, and all the gopas and the friends and this. So this is in the Golok Vrindavan. So this is the time that Krishna was mentioning the Srimati Radharani. Okay, so we have to go on the down to the earth, and we have to have the pastimes, and there are devotees are waiting there, and we have to go there, and we have to reciprocate with them. That's why Krishna is manifested in Vrindavan. That's Goloka Vrindavan is nothing but an expansion of the Goloka Vrindavan is nothing but an expansion of Goloka Vrindavan. That's why the Goloka, the Govardhan is also manifested here in the Bhuloka Vrindavan. So just to please, just to increase the pleasure of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. So we know that also then the how the Govardhan is also came to Vrindavan. So we heard many times this one, right? This was the Govardhan was actually there is a Dronachala. Dronachala was there on the region of Himalayas, right? Dronachala. It was initially that the part of it, Dronachala. And then the Pulastya Rishi, sage Pulastya. So Pulastya came and then saw that this beautiful Govardhan, so everything is there, then why don't I have it on my place? So that Pulastya Maharshi requested the Drona that please come with me. And it's all not only that, this Govardhan, as Haridasa Variya, this devotee, it can take any forms. Krishna, when it is manifested in Goloka Vrindavan, it is also granted it can take any forms. It came from the heart of Vrindavan. Basically, Krishna's potency is one potency also. That's why it's assumed Krishna himself, is Govardhan is Krishna himself, and also manifested in the form of Haridasa Variya, that means the best among the devotees, to serve Krishna, to please Krishna. So this is the so ultimately that the devotees, the position of a devotee is nothing but to please Krishna. That's why Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishna era Nitya Das. Even Govardhan is Nitya Das, Haridasa Vari Haridasa. Similarly, our ultimate position is nothing but to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to increase the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this time Pulastya Maharshi was requested to Drona, the Mount Drona, that please come with me. And then, of course, this is also Krishna, and then also the devotee of the Lord, and wanted to be there in Vrindavan. So Krishna is manifesting, Krishna is going to come, and Govardhan is also know that Krishna is going to come, and no matter what, it should be there. So this all again the pastimes also manifested there is incited these thoughts in the hearts of Pulasya Maharshi. So then Droda, this mountain, this mentioned that okay, there is a condition. I can come with you, but one condition is that you cannot put me down. If you put me down, then I will not be able to move. So Pulastya Maharshi agreed. So then Pulastya Maharshi, because they are the great sages, they are the Saptarshis, there's great power. So Pulastya Maharshi took this mountain, this Roda mountain, on the shoulder of Pulastya Maharshi, and coming and passing to the Vrindavan area. And that's the time Pulastya Maharshi was very much, this old Krishna's pastime. Leela, Pulastya Maharshi had a desire for the answering the nature's call. And so then there is no way that, then Pulastya Maharshi didn't think anything else. Just completely forgot about it and didn't think anything else, and put down the Drona, the Govardhan, and this mountain there, and went for answering the nature's call, and then came back and then told this mountain, Drona mountain, that okay, let's go, let's go. Then this mountain mentioned to Pulastya, we had a condition that you put me down, then I will not move. I'll not be able to move. And Pulastya Mahasi understood that this is the trick, the play of this the Govardhan, the Drona mountain, and then he became angry, and then the Pulastya Mahasi cursed the Govardhan and mentioned that you would reduce your height like every day in a small mustard seed. So if you go now, Govardhan was 80 miles long, right, tall, and initially it was so huge, and since then it was reducing this size of the height of this mountain like a mustard seed. So we can see that some places are there is no even mountain. We can see that when you go for Govardhan Parikrama. So this way, then Govardhan manifested in Vrindavan as well. So Govardhan was, serving. So Govardhan always wanted, he was Haridasa Variya, always wanted to serve the Supreme Lord. So Krishna wanted to also glorify Govardhan this way, and also mentioned to, Nanda Baba that, yes, Nanda Baba, you all said is correct, that, but if we look at it proper way, that as per the scripture, as per the proper way, because of you may be doing the tradition, but you don't know what you are doing. So basically, Nanda Baba said, Indra is giving us everything, the water, the rain, and then cow eats this grass, and the cows grows, and we give the milk and all those things. So Krishna understood, and Krishna was, of course, Krishna was then acting like a very innocent boy and telling to Nanda Baba, "Oh, Nanda Baba, if as we can understand that from everybody's, then Krishna brought up this karma mimamsa philosophy. Karma mimamsa philosophy is that, but whatever we do, then we are subject to get that the result of it. Whether we are doing some good things, we'll get back the good results. If we are doing the bad things, we'll get back the bad things. And ultimately, if it is all depends upon what you do, what activities you perform, accordingly that we get the results, and we get the response of that work. So if we do good things, and we get the good, if we did the bad, if it does the bad thing, and we get the bad thing. So everybody is completely dependent on the karma. So karma is basically that which is the root cause of that our living. So this is the karma mimamsa philosophy. So Krishna brought up this karma mimamsa philosophy to Nanda Baba. And Nanda Babas, then they are all started to think about it. That's true. Because of, if you do, there's a scriptural Vedic induction, the Vedic code of, that it reveals that the karma is always there. And because of the karma that we suffer or, enjoy in this world. And then Krishna said, even the rain, right? Even the rain is not that because of we offer the puja to the Indra, that's why the Indra is giving the rain. The rain is also happening in the middle of the ocean, and nobody is doing the puja there. And then if the rain is happening in the ocean, and it is waste of that, it is not useful for anybody. But still Indra or the rain falls. No matter what, whether we do the puja to the Indra or not, the rain will definitely fall. It is irrespective of it. So this way, then Krishna was convincing the Krishna. So is Krishna was so very beautifully that authentically we're telling to Nanda Baba about all these things. So the karma mimamsa philosophy says that everybody in this world forced to experience the consequences of their own previous work. So that's called karma. Everybody has to go through. So Lord Indra cannot anyway change the destiny of the human beings. Lord Indra cannot, because he does not have that power to change the destiny of the human beings. So every living entity is also under the control of this conditioned nature. That's why Krishna was also mentioning that because of the mode of goodness and the passion and the ignorance, it is considered as because of the mode of passion, the rain showers, mode of passion in this material world. Because of this material world is consisted of three modes of material energy. So because of the passion, the rain falls down in this world. So it's not that because of the one should worship, but Krishna was saying that the one should worship instead of the cows, the brahmanas, and the Govardhan. And Krishna was also giving this beautiful explanation of that, because of the cows are actually heading, and then they eat grass, and they give us the milk and the yogurt and everything. So one should worship the cows. There is a go puja is very, very important. One should worship the cows. So in the cows, it's mentioned that all the demigods are there in the cows. All the 33 crore demigods are placed on the cows or situated on the cows. So one should worship the cows. One should worship the brahmanas, because when we worship the brahmanas, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hidaya Jagadidaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Nama. When one worship the brahmana, so Krishna would be definitely pleased. The Lord will be definitely pleased, because so Brahmana is the head of the society, and they give the direction, right direction to the society, so that everybody can live happily. And also, one should worship the Govardhan, because of the Govardhan. There is nice grass, and it supports. It's because of the Govardhan that we get the rain and nice grasses. There are streams, and the cows can grow, and all this phala mula, kanda mula. There is roots and the vegetables and the fruits and everything. This Govardhan gives to us, and we live easily in this, in this jungle, in this forest, because of the Govardhan, because of it has caves. Kandara means cave, so that whenever there is a heavy rain, people take the shelter of, even the cows take the shelter of the caves of this, Govardhan. And then we should definitely worship, the Govardhan. So this way, Krishna was telling that we should give pleasure to the cows, the Brahmanas, and the Govardhana hill. All then one should worship in this way. So then Krishna was telling to the Banda Baba and all the cowherd men, the Brajavasis, that one should properly worship the Govardhana with the fruits, with the food, with whatever the possible way, that we should everything. And this way, that the Brahmana should, then they should recite the Vedic mantras. They should also have the fire sacrifice, and this is the time we offer the ghee to the fire. And this is the way that Govardhana Puja started like this. And after everybody has to be worshipped, the Brahmana should be worshipped and fed them, and then everything that the fire sacrifice must be done, the cows should be fed, and then everybody should also worship the Govardhan. And how to worship the Govardhan? Then everybody has to bring the food and the fruits and the vegetables and the honey and the ghee and whatever is possible, and make the food, and as much as possible, and then bring to the Govardhan at the foot of the Govardhan, and offer to the Govardhan. In this way, that one can also worship the Govardhan. So the devotees, when we worship the Supreme Lord, we also offer the bhoga to the Supreme Lord. We offer the water, bhoga, arati, agarbatti. This is also another form of worship. So this way, Lord is pleased. And here on the Govardhan, when Brajavasis brought all these beautiful, wonderful, the bhoga for the lordships, and then Krishna assumed the form of Govardhan again. And then Krishna was assumed, and then Krishna was telling that, Krishna was looking at that each food with his right hand, and the left hand he was raised his hand and telling that, Anayor, Anayor, bring me more, bring me more. Krishna is assuming everything, all consuming everything, all this food, all the bhoga offered to the Govardhan. Krishna was not satisfied anymore. Krishna was satisfied and telling everything, and then sound was coming from the Govardhan, and Krishna took that form of the Govardhan again. So that's why we pray to the Lord. Namaste Girirajaya Govardhan Namine. Namaste Giriraj. Giriraj, and then Krishna also assumed the form of Govardhan. That's why we worship Govardhan as Krishna, because Govardhana Shila is non-different from Krishna. So it's Krishna and then non-different. So Govardhan can be worshipped. Govardhana Shila is also Krishna himself, one can worship. And then as we say that in the prayers, Namaste Girirajaya Govardhana Namine Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. Govardhan can eradicate all the kleshas. Ashesha Klesha Nashaya, and what can give? Paramananda Dayine. The Ananda, the bliss. That's the original existence of Govardhana, to increase the pleasure. to Krishna. So this way, one who worship Govardhan can also give this pleasure, this happiness, and the bliss to his devotees. So this way, and Krishna instructed to the Nanda Baba and all the Brajavasis and worship the cows and the Brahmanas and the Govardhana hill, and they brought lots of foodstuff. And it says that Annakud is like a hills of foodstuff. And then Krishna was not pleased, happy with it. And Krishna was still saying Anayor. That's if you go to Govardhan, there is a place called the Anayor. You can see that. This is the word that Krishna was, assumed the form and then telling, raised his hands and telling that Anayor, Anayor. And then finally that then, understood that what to be done. And then there was lots of water, everything was there. And everybody was offering, and Krishna was drinking, Krishna was eating everything, and it was disappearing. It was disappearing, and Krishna was consuming everything. Krishna was still telling. So finally, they offered a tulasi to the Govardhan, and then Krishna was satisfied completely. Then, whatever Krishna was consumed, whatever Krishna was eaten, everything then it came back, and then Govardhan, then Brajavasis, then mentioned to Brajavasis, then that please honor this, and this is the way that Govardhan Puja, that they conducted the Govardhan Puja, and also then Krishna came, among them, and then Krishna also worshipped the Govardhan, as a Haridasa warrior. So this is another aspect of it. Krishna comes as the servant of his devotees. Krishna took a form of, the chariot driver for Arjuna. And even in the Vrindavan, we can see that the beautiful pastimes, Krishna assumed that take the form of, servant or defeated sometimes. Then Krishna takes that form because of that Krishna wanted to be, engaged and become the servant of his devotees. So this way, Krishna also came and offered the obeisance to the Govardhan. And this way, this wonderful Govardhana pastime is manifested. The lessons we can learn from this, dear devotees, that so what exactly the worship should be. And if you go around the Govardhan, there are so many places people worship. People worship the Govardhan, and it's not just an ordinary place. And Govardhan is the Krishna is the himself, and people go around the Govardhan many times. It's called parikrama. This way, Govardhan is pleased. When the Govardhan is pleased, Krishna is pleased. This is another way that we can worship the Krishna. The great importance of the Govardhan Puja is that he is easily pleased. Govardhan is easily placed. So one who takes up, even it's mentioned that in the Garga Samhita, even one who has taken the darshan of Govardhan, that's it. That's good for him to attain the eternal abode of the Supreme Lord. That much merciful even this Haridasa Varya, this Govardhan. Not only that, Govardhan is the Krishna himself, and whoever this is the promise, this is the mercy that Krishna is showering, because whoever is taking the shelter of Govardhan, they are not ordinary, because of only by the mercy of Krishna that one can have that. So just by even seeing the Govardhan, just the darshan of the Govardhan, one can attain the abode of the Supreme Lord, the mercy of the Supreme Lord, and mercy of Srimati Radharani, because Govardhan is very dear to Srimati Radharani as well, not only Krishna. Govardhan is very, very Srimati Radharani in all cases. So one should worship and the Govardhan, and one should be part of this wonderful Govardhana Puja festival. And as I mentioned the beginning itself, it's not that somebody has to tell you. This is a beautiful opportunity, wonderful opportunity for all of us to enter into the eternal pastimes of the Lord. So we should be all part of it. This is our great fortune. So whatever way we can worship Govardhan, whatever way we can please the Supreme Lord, whatever way we can please. Of course, the Govardhan is giving us the pleasure, even just seeing the darshan, even coming forward, coming in front of the Govardhan, taking darshan and circumambulating the Govardhan. It's all giving the pleasure to the devotees. That's why some devotees go around the Govardhan, and there they do the Dandavat Parikrama, Govardhan Parikrama. It takes months and months, but they won't stop it. They won't stop it because of they have derived such a great pleasure. And everybody, those who are in the foothills of Govardhan. And it is mentioned that in the Upadeshamrita, Govardhan is the great place. So in the Upadeshamrita, the verse number 30 mentioned that reveals like this: out of among all this in this world, the Madura is among the best place. In the universe, Madura is the best place because of Krishna appeared in Madhura. And then after that, if one says that in the best place in the in this world, in this earth, there is which is the best place, and it says that the Vrindavan is again greater than even Madhura, because of Krishna played his pastimes in Vrindavan. Krishna raised, Krishna, grows there and, played wonderful pastimes in Vrindavan. Then even if say that what is better, greater place, when Govardhan is the better place, greater than Vrindavan, because of Krishna is touched, Krishna raised the Govardhan on his pinky, on his fingers. Krishna hold it for 7 days. And because of that, Govardhan is more fortunate and better than this even Govardhan. One who stays in Govardhan is the greatest devotee. So then, even if he says that in the Govardhan, which is the greatest place, that is Radhakund, because of Radhakund is nothing but the Krishna's, the prema, the madhurya, the prema madhuri, the madhurya, the prema, the loving affection between is in a condensed form of Krishna's love and affection of Srimati Radharani, and it is in the form of a kunda, that's in the form of a water, that's called Radhakund. And there is no better place than Radhakund in all earth, all its universe, compared to any of this. So this is in the foothills of Govardhan. So we can imagine that so many devotees goes to the Govardhan, they do the parikrama, they stay there, and they, at least go and have the darshan, and they pray and offer the worship and arati. And there is a beautiful place called the Mukhara. Mukhara is the place where in the Govardhan where everybody offered the bhoga food to the Krishna. That's where, so it's Govardhan is like a peacock. When the mukha is the peacock, the face is that's called the Mukhara or Mukhara. There are so many wonderful places there in the Govardhana hill. And there is Govinda Kund, there is Sirabi Kund, there is Manasi Ganga, there is Shama Kunda, and there is Raghunath Das Goswami's Baitak, and Giriraj, himself there. And there is another called, the Lota Baba is also there. In the Apsara Kunda, the Apsaras also based the Lord, and those, came as a water, that's Apsara Kund. Then Madhavendra Puri Baitak, that's where Madhavendra Krishna came to Madhavendra Puri and then offered the milk. And then after later, Madhavendra Puri had a dream of Krishna, and then that's where the Gopalji deity manifested there. So this way, Govardhan is in all respect is totally worshipable. And dear devotees, if one who goes to Vrindavan should take the darshan of the Govardhan and should have the parikrama at least, or whatever the way means you can, and you should go to Govardhan and worship Govardhan. And this way, this life will become eternally perfect. This is not an ordinary. This is one who has such a great fortune can have all this, the worship and darshan of the Govardhan. So this way, one who worship the Govardhan, even we are here, we are celebrating the Govardhan Puja. Here we are making the Govardhan in the form of, with the cow dung, and we take. So this is none other than when we make the Govardhan in the form of, or assume the form of, with the cow dung, we make the form of Govardhan. And Annakut is the, the food, and which is like a hill, like a Govardhan. And then we take that darshan, then it itself is very much, pleasing, and very much, the Govardhan is very much then, will be pleased. So this way we can, have this opportunity that somehow or other, so that's our great fortune. So we'll stop here with this note. And it's very amazing that, we have this, this opportunity, and we pray to the Lord, and we pray to Giriraj. So everybody can, so fold your hands and repeat after me. And we pray to the Lord, Giriraj, and then please bless us this way. Okay, unmute yourself, and we are going to chant this mantra. So everybody can repeat after me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So please repeat after me. Namaste
Namaste.
Girirajaya
Girirajaya
Govardhana Namine
Govardhan Namine
Ashesha Klesha
Ashesha Klesha
Nashaya
Nashaya
Paramananda
Paramananda
Daine.
Daine.
The meaning of this mantra, I am paying my obeisance to the Giriraj Govardhan. Namaste Girirajaya. Govardhan Namine. The Giriraj, his name is Govardhan, and Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. He can eradicate, the Govardhan can eradicate all the klesha, all the suffering of the living entities, even just by the darshan, even just by the worship. Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. Paramananda Dahine. One can give this eternal bliss, Parama Ananda, Parama Ananda means eternal bliss. Parama Dhananda Dayine, one can give. So this way that one can completely become successful and perfect in his life. So by the great mercy of Giriraj Govardhan, and when I went to Vrindavan, and I was so much in you know in attached or something, that very much connected, in the sense that in the when I was in Vrindavan, and then we went for a Govardhan parikrama. And after that, one of the devotee gave me the Govardhan Shila. And then I was very much, I was coming and I put it in my bag and then brought it here. And then I started to worship. Then I saw that one Shila is black, another Shila is white. Because of when I was in Vrindavan, Krishna Balaram temple, I was very much fond of the Krishna and Balaram there. And, I didn't want to even come back, that kind of mood. Then by the mercy of the Lord, then I realized that this is none other than the Krishna and the Balaram. One, the Govardhan Shila is black, and another Govardhan Shila is white, reddish white. So then I worshipping that Govardhan Shila in my home as Krishna and Balaram. So I'll be doing the Govardhan Puja tomorrow, Abhishek and all. So this way also, and in the temple also, and then we will be worshipping the Govardhan Shila as well. So everybody can take the opportunity, take part of it, and this way we get the mercy of the Lord. And of course, the Lord Himself is known as the Govardhan. So this is the pastimes, and this is the way that we can, we get some good fortune, that hearing the glories of Govardhan, engaging in the pastimes and the service, and this way, dear devotees, our life become the perfect and successful. Thank you so much. We'll stop here with this note. Anybody has any comments? Any reflections that you have? Any questions that you have?
Prabhuji, you're so fortunate to get the Sheila, and obviously you're an advanced devotee, so it makes
No, I'm
sense.
not advanced.
Good
I'm
to
not
know.
advanced or anything. I just try.
Prabhuji, at least for us as you are, as compared to at least me. But that's good
Yeah.
to know, Prabhuji. So nice that you have the Govardhan Sheila at home, and then you got two of
Yes.
them.
Yes.
When you said one is a little whitish, I thought it's Radharani, but then you said it's probably
Krishna and Balaram.
um,
It's Krishna and Balaram.
yeah,
Yes.
Krishna. Amazing. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare,
Nice class. Thanks. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you
Hare
so much
Krishna.
for
Hindu
wonderful class.
or Shishila.
Very nice nectar of Govardhan. Like tomorrow we are celebrating, right, Prabhuji, at the
I'm a
temple?
little bit way, not to, because we are celebrating in a grand
Right.
festival
Yeah.
on Sunday. So this is little bit. We will have a Govardhan in the Gobar, the Kaudan Govardhan, and devotees can come and do the parikrama and then offer the obeisances, and then Damodar Ashtakam and all. It's a very, very, very light way.
Yeah. So how big they are, Prabhuji? Your Govardhan, when you got that Sheila?
It's not so big. It's like this. It's much size.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, because Jayadvaita Maharaj also has, na? So
Krishna
you
Balaram. Yes, Krishna
can also
Balaram.
decorate. Yeah, you can
Yes, Krishna Balaram Shila. Yes.
Balaram. Yeah. So fortunate, Prabhuji. Yeah. When did you get it?
This was on 2017 or something.
Oh, 2017. Very nice.
Or six.
Fortunate soul, Prabhuji. Thank you for your association. We are getting so much nectar. Like we used to have Sunday morning class also. So we learn lot of things from you. Thank you for your guidance and association, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol. Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So anybody else has any question? So we are hearing this wonderful, wonderful pastime of Krishna, the Govardhan Puja. So this is the fact, and as we this is always says that sometimes when we come to the pastimes of Krishna, sometimes it's contradictory. It's very difficult to understand this esoteric. How can Govardhan can fly, or how a person can carry the Shila, or how this can tall like 4 billion tall, and 80, miles of tall, Govardhan, and it's reducing this Govardhan. It's all esoteric, and it's not easy to understand all this. But when we have the devotion, when we come in the devotional platform, and everything is possible because everything has consciousness, everything is in the service of the Supreme Lord. That is a spiritual aspect or spiritual plane of it, or spiritual level of it, or that not with everything is with our material imperfect senses that we see everything, but it's beyond. It's beyond our material blunt senses, or whatever is in the material, but it goes beyond, and then everything manifests in a spiritual form. When it is manifest in the spiritual form, that's what is a Krishna is completely spiritual, and everything else is related to Krishna is also completely spiritual. We are contaminated, so we cannot perceive all these things. But when you have the devotion, and then our heart becomes purified and clean, then everything is sees very clearly. That's why if you go, there is Babas in the Vrindavan, they see they entered into the pastime, enter even though they are living in Vrindavan, some people, oh, this is not clean, and that one, there is gutter there is a sewer gutter there's a water there is this one, that one. Yes, this is material plane. We cannot avoid any of those. But how do we see that? Only spiritual. That's why even to enter into Vrindavan, we pray to Srimati Tulasi Maharani that please allow us to enter, allow us to give permission to enter into the Vrindavan. And then, further that we pray to the Srimati Tulasi Rani, please take me to the Govardhan. Please give us an opportunity to, worship Govardhan, go around Govardhan and Parikrama and see. So Govardhan is not an ordinary. It's since time immemorial. Even that it's mentioned that. So everybody has great faith for the Govardhan. And if you go to the Bahulashtami or Govardhan Puja tomorrow, it'll be packed like anything. You cannot even go nearby. There'll be millions of people around this Govardhan, and they have such a faith in Govardhan. So one should definitely, when you go in Vrindavan, you should take the parikrama of Govardhan and understanding all. That's why this pastimes and this Srimad Bhagavad Katha is very, very significant, so that we understand who is Govardhan. Otherwise, we can make easily an offense. This is by the grace, by the mercy of the Lord and His devotees that we are having all this wonderful opportunity. Okay, so thank you so much, and we will go to the next segment of the program. And if there is nothing else, that is our
Prabhuji, our Sital Mataji is there.
Yes, they have wonderful, in Govardhan, and they have Radhanath Maharaj Parikrama is in Govardhan for at least 3-4 days or 5 or 6 days or something. They are all there, and it's a great fortune that even in the month of Kartik, one goes there and Govardhan Parikrama, and doing Govardhan Parikrama, understanding all this, and the foothills of Govardhan, and staying there, and going around and walking on the grounds of it, and seeing a darshan of Govardhan. And who gets this opportunity? One who has great, fortunate souls can have this opportunity. And we should pray that, when we go, we should pray to Srimati Tulasi Maharani and all the wonderful Acharyas and Vaishnavas. Please allow, please give us, grant the permission. So only purified souls can go there. And also once you go there, there is Dham Aparad is always there. Even though we get this opportunity, the mercy, but we should not make Dham Aparad, seeing that, oh, Govardhan is like this, or the Vrindavan is like this, and offending the devotees and criticizing and talking lies in the Vrindavan and all the abominable activities, greed, lust, anger, envy, everything is, this is offense in the Dham. So we should not make that. When we go to Vrindavan, we should have very purified heart, and we are in the Vrindavan, that even entering into Vrindavan is not an ordinary. This is by the mercy of the Lord and His devotees is possible. And entering into the Vrindavan, so Golok Vrindavan is nothing but an expansion of the Golok Vrindavan. Still, even if you start to speak on the Vrindavan Mahima, we can speak all night. So even still, the Krishna's pastimes are there. If you go to Nidhivan, nobody goes after the sunset in this Nidhivan, because of every bush is transformed to a Krishna, and the gopis said they have eternal rasa dance, and they come there and do this. And there is a place called Rangastali in a temple where very close to the Nidhivan, there is a temple. And they close the temple very early as soon as the Sandhya Arati is over. And they arrange all the, beautiful various ornaments and the decorative, all the, what is that, face, decorations, and the bangles and earrings and the comb, sindoor and all these mascaras and everything, keep it ready. So what happens, and everything is organized to keep it ready. When they come in the next day morning, everything is scattered. This is a place, Rangastari, where Krishna beautifies Srimati Radharani. all the bushes, all the trees. Make sure that even the monkeys in the Vrindavan has their specific spiritual forms. Should not offend anybody. Even a creeper in the Vrindavan has spiritual form. We know that still Uddhava is in in the Kusuma Sarovar, the bank of Kusuma Sarovar. Uddhava is still there in the form of a creeper, form of a grass, and they all take forms in appropriate times. And remember that the dust on the Vrindavan is Krishna's lotus feet is there. And we should see that way. Every trees, every creeper. If you go to Nidhivan, you can see that the Jugala trees. That means one is black, another is white. Is Krishna, Radha, and Krishna there. We can still see that. Even a vine, there is a color, there is a change in the color, and the trees and the branches is intertwined in that way. And you can see all these things. So, you may see because of our impurities, because of our eyes and our heart is covered with the dirt, we see everything as a dirt. But when you have purified our clean heart, we see everything as Krishna's various forms. And inhabitants of Vrindavana, they are full of conscious of it. So it's make sure that criticizing, lying, and all these anarthas which comes to our heart, always pay obeisance. Even when you go to Vrindavan, first you touch the ground and pay the obeisances to Vrindavan and pray. And there is Vrindakund, there is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is full of Tulasi, and wherever you go, you can see the Tulasi also. Vrindavan Parikrama, there's beautiful, wonderful, wonderful places. Always remember that when we go, we should be always careful. And it's our great fortune that one have the entrance to Vrindavan and especially Govardhana and seeing Darshan of Radhakund and all this. So entering into Vrindavan, dear devotees, actually we are really entering into the spiritual realm. So always remember this. So thank you so much. And so we will go to the next segment of Vrindavan Parikrama. Okay, so let me share the screen. Is that okay? Everybody, devotees?
Very well. Yeah, we are okay.
Okay, let me see, where is it? Where is this? Okay, are you seeing the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Confirm? Okay.
Day 8, October 14th, right?
Yeah, that. So we were here half of it, like 24 minutes or something.
No.
Yeah.
As the three.
There is always a Paring is there.
Goswami Samadhi. This second Samadhi is where we are now standing. There is always kirtan here, day and night. The sweet sound of the holy names saturates the already spiritually resplendent atmosphere. Raghunath Das Goswami is an intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya in Gaura Lila, and in Radha and Krishna's pastimes, he is Sri Rati Manjari, a dear assistant of Srimati Radharani. Having renounced household life while still a young man, he spent 16 years intimately serving Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri. When Mahaprabhu completed his manifest pastimes in this world, Raghunath Das, afflicted by intense separation, came to Vrindavan and decided to end his life by jumping from the top of Govardhana hill. Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, however, dissuaded him. He came to live as a simple mendicant on the banks of Shamakund. While living here, he would speak for 3 hours daily about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Raghunath Das Goswami's monumental devotional efforts are renowned throughout the Vaishnava world, and it's only by his pure desire that we can now visit Radhakund. The Bhakti Ratnakara describes that his wish to enlarge the kunds was so strong that the Lord Krishna personally appeared in the dream of a rich pilgrim in Bhadrakashram and directed him to donate money to Raghunath Das Goswami. On hearing the pilgrim's account, the Goswami was filled with happiness. With great joy, he used the money to expand the 2 kunds, which were previously only 2 ponds in a paddy field. Raghunath Das Goswami spent 40 years performing bhajan here. He remained absorbed in feelings of separation. It's said that his observance of devotional principles was as rigid as lines in a stone.
Sri Raghunath Das Goswami's daily bhajan included chanting 64 rounds of japa, 100,000 holy names, doing Manasi Seva in his spiritual body, worshipping Govardhana Shila, bathing thrice in Radhakund, offering 1,000 obeisances to Krishna, and offering 2,000 obeisances to the Vaishnavas, and then embracing them. He rested only 90 minutes a day, and on some days, not at all. Keep in mind, however, that when an eternal associate of the Lord appears to rest, internally he continues his service. He ate only 1 leaf cup, 100 grams of buttermilk a day. We take darshan of the beautiful Radha Gopinath. In this case, Gopinath is in the center, Srimati Radharani on his right, and Ananga Manjari on his left. We exit the temple through the door to our left and come out on the northern bank of Radhakund to a small platform, which is a sitting place of Janava Mata. Following the departure of Lord Chaitanya and his close associates, Sri Janava Mata, Lord Nityananda's eternal consort, became a powerful creature. Although she was a woman, she was as respected as any other senior Vaishnava Acharya in our line. And she organized the devotional activities of many Vaishnavas. Her visit to Radhakund is described in the Bhakti Ratnakara. It is at her Baitaka, beneath a tumul tree, that Janava Mata was blessed with the transcendental vision of Gopinath, accompanied by Srimati Radharani and the gopis. Mildly he smiled. Sweetly he played his flute. Who could remain peaceful in his presence? He makes all the world mad with ecstasy. Sri Radha, Lalita, and the other gopis surrounded dark, handsome Krishna in a great circle. While seeing their wonderful glory and beauty, Sri Janava Devi suddenly fell unconscious. Bhakti Ratnakara. The Radha Gopinath deities were installed after this incident. The Gaura Ganodesha Dipika reveals that in Krishna Leela, Janavamata is Ananga Manjari, Srimati Radharani's younger sister. There's a description of Radhakund that tells us that there's an island in the middle of the Kund with a bridge connecting to the place where we stand. This is Ananga Manjari's island. Those with transcendental eyes can see it. Placed over the waters in the middle of Radhakund is a wonderful jewel palace where Ananga Manjari, with great love, serves the divine couple. Without love and devotion, who is able to know about this palace? Then we come to a very narrow passageway, on our left, barely wide enough for one person. So we enter one by one and walk up the steps. To our left stands the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami.
As a child, Gopal Bhatta had the wonderful opportunity to serve Lord Chaitanya directly when the Lord was at his home in Sri Rangam for the 4 months of Chaturmas. The Lord blessed the child to go to Vrindavan after his parents' physical departure. After studying under Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, he eventually came to Vrindavan and was welcomed with great love by Rupa and Sanatana. A few more steps brings us to the Three Goswami Samadhi, the most sacred resting place of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. These 3 Goswamis passed away on the same day in different years. We circumambulate the Samadhi reverentially in their writings.
Prabhuji, it stops. Oh, it has stopped.
It's hanging
Yeah, I
up.
think the videos, yeah, it's hung.
Yeah, now it's coming up, coming up.
It's coming. I think it's not sharing. Let me see. Okay, let me share it again.
Next to this god, the Bhakti Ratnakara explains that Shamakund has an irregular shape because when it was being dug, Raghunath Das Goswami dreamed of Maharaj Yudhisthira, who revealed that he and his brothers were living there as 5 trees. He asked Raghunath Das Goswami not to cut them down, These 5 trees are no longer manifest. Alongside where we stand is the Bhajan Kutir of Raghunath Das Goswami. Lord Nityananda instructed Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in a dream to leave his home in Bengal and go to Vrindavan. Although he was already quite old, he followed the Lord's instruction and lived next to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami on the banks of Radhakund, taking full shelter of him. Inspired by the talks and diary of Raghunath Das Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj spent his final days here writing the Chaitanya Charitamrita, this most special gem among Vaishnava literatures. He also compiled the Govinda Lilamrita in this place. The poignant mood and deep humility with which he wrote the Chaitanya Charitamrita in his advanced age comes through strongly when you read this book. I infer that I have written is a false understanding, for my body is like a wooden doll. I am old and troubled by invalidity. I am also blind and deaf. My hands tremble, and my mind and intelligence are unsteady. I may die at any time of the day or night. I have previously given an account of my inabilities. Please hear the reason why I nevertheless still write. I am writing this book by the mercy of the lotus feet of Sri Govinda Dev, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, Advaitacharya, other devotees, and the readers of this book, as well as Swarup Damodar Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, who is my spiritual master, and Srila Jiva Goswami. I have also been specifically favored by another Supreme Personality. Sri Madan Mohan deity of Vrindavan has given the order that is making me write. Although this should not be disclosed, I disclose it because I am unable to remain silent. If I did not disclose this fact, I would be guilty of ingratitude to the Lord. Therefore, my dear readers, please do not consider me too proud and be angry at me.
We go around the corner and squeeze our way into the entrance of the temple where Giriraj's tongue is worshipped. Raghunath Das Goswami did not want people to use the sacred Radhakund water for their daily requirements. So he decided to have a separate well dug to provide for them. While digging, the workers struck a stone that began to bleed. Raghunath Das Goswami immediately stopped the digging. That night, Giriraj appeared to him in a dream and informed him that the stone was his tongue and that it should be installed in a temple and worshipped. We offer prayers to this Govardhana Shila, which is still marked with specks of blood. Next, we go to the temple of Sri Sri Radha Govinda Dev. Just like the deities in Vrindavan, their lordships are Srila Rupa Goswami's Pratibhu deities. In the late 17th century, when Aurangzeb ordered that all the Goswami temples be dismantled, the devotees in Braj tried to save the various deities by moving them to Jaipur. On their way to Jaipur, the three principal deities for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas stopped at Radhakund and Kamyavan. Pratibhu deities considered as good as the original ones were installed in their original temples in Vrindavan, as well as Radhakund and Kamyavan. The other two deities, named Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan and Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, also have their Pratibhu forms at Radhakund. Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan are on the southern bank of Shamakund, a few meters away from the Sangam. And Sri Sri Radha Gopinath are further down the same path close to Nityananda Baitak. Now back to the Parikrama path. A road to the left leads off the Parikrama path to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Bhajan Kutir. We stop there to relish meditative thoughts and melodious kirtan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur predicted that one day all the people of the world would chant Lord Chaitanya's glories. It was his foremost desire to see the West embrace Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada has since brought an array of colorful elephants to chant Jai Sachinandana at his lotus feet. So when they chant and dance, I simply remember Bhaktivinoda Thakur. That's all. I pray to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Now they have come to your shelter. Give them protection. That's all. What can I do more? I cannot do anything more.
Today, we will all attend the Bahulastami Mahotsava in the most auspicious and awaiting midnight Radhakund bath. Srimati Radhakund ki jai. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Bahulastami Mahotsav ki jai.
We can see that everyone's spirits are high. The village is alive with the sound of kirtan. People have come from far and wide, and we can hear their various styles of kirtan as they circumambulate Govardhana. We are pleasantly surprised to discover that our afternoon prasad is a feast among the many sumptuous preparations are puris, cauliflower pakoras, tomato chutney, fried papadum, potato and green bean sabji, rice, dal, and cucumber and sprout salad. At the end of the meal, we are even served sweet rice and gulab jamans. Devotees obviously have different preferences when it comes to prasad, and the Parikrama management tries its very best to accommodate them. Bengali devotees are famously fond of rice, and North Indian devotees need their chapatis. Others take boiled or raw prasad for health reasons, and still others are eating only fruit this month as part of a Kartik Vrat.
The Parikrama path then takes us to the eastern tip of
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Okay, I think we can stop here. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna, boys. Okay, so it's already 8:31. What do you want to do? Yeah. So can stop here.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can do Brahmanakastakam.
Okay, there you go. Hare Krishna. Let me this. Okay, so we'll start. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. I'll sing the Samudrashtakam. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Yashodabhiyolukaladavamanam Paramishtamathyandado Drutya Gopya
Yasodabhiyolukaladavamanam Paramrushtam tato drutya gopya
Rudandam Muhurnetra Yugmam Rijandam Karambuja Yugmena Sadanga Netram
Rudantam muhunetrayugam brujantam Karabhojayugamena satam kanetram
Muhushwasakamba Trirekanga Kanda Stidagrivam Damodaram Bhaktibaddham
Muhu swastakam patirekha kakantha Stita greva damodaram bhaktibaddham
Idi Driksolila Bhirananda Kunde Sughosham Nimajjandam Makhyapayandam
Iti druk swalila pirananda kunde Swagosam nimanjantam akhyapayantam
Tadiyetridasneshu bhaktirjidatvam Puna prematastam sada vritti vande
Diye sitegneshu bhakte jitartvam Puna premathastam satavruti vande
Varam deva moksham na moksham vadim va Na janyam vrineham vare sadapiha
Varam deva moksham na moksham vadimva Nachanyam vrineham vareshadapiha
Idam deva purnatha gopala balam Sada me manasya virashram manye
Idanteva purnatha gopala balam Sada me manasya virastam timanye
idam te mukhambhojam natyanta nile Pradam kundalai snigdha raktascha gopya
Idante mukhabhojam atyanta nile Ruttam kuntale snigdha raktescha gopya
Muhushchumbidam bimba raktadharam me Manasya virastam alam lakshalabhe
Muhushchumbitam bimam raktadharam me Manasya virastamalam lakshalabhe
Namo Deva Damodarananda Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukkha Jalabhimagnam
Namo Deva Damodharanta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalapti Magnam
Kripa Drishti Vrishyadi Dinam Vedanu Grihane Shamamasnam Yedakshi Drishya
Upadrushti Vrushtayati Dinam Vatanu Gruhane Shamame Name Yakshadrushya
Kuviratmajau Baddha Murtaiva Yatva Toya Mochidau Bhakti Bhajau Kridau Cha
Kuberatmajo Bhatta Mruteva Yadat Vaya Mochito Bhakti Bhajo Krutokcha
Tada Prema Bhaktim Sokame Prayacha न मोक्षे गृहो मेष्टि दामोदरेह
भक्तिं स्वकां मे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेस्ति दामोदरेह
नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने सुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोधरायाधा विश्वस्य धाम्ने
नमस्ते तु दामने स्फुरिदीप्तिदामने त्वदीयोदरायात् विश्वस्य धामने
नमो राधिकायाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाये त्वदीयप्रियाये नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकायाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाये नमो नन्तलीलाये देवाय तुभ्यम्
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा
राम
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 राम हरे हरे
श्री राधा दामोदर जी की जय
जय
श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर जी की जय
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 प्रेमानंदी
हरे हरि
So we will skip the translation because it's already 8:40. You have to
Okay.
take care of it. I think please read it yourself. Yeah.
Sure,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
okay,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
so much,
Hare
Sister
Krishna.
Shruti.
Hare Bol.
Thank you, everybody.
Hari bol. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Bol. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripasindhu.
कृपा सिंधु एव च पतितानां
Hare
पावनेभ्यो
Bol. Namo Namo.
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna.